Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are still awaiting the first trailer for Thor: Love and Thunder, which is nowhere to be seen. And actually to the point where this film is breaking records of the shortest ever distance of time between a film's first trailer, whenever we do get that, and the film's release. Because the movie comes out in July, just a few months from now, and we still don't have a trailer. Now, the theory right now is that we're getting it tomorrow on Monday, which obviously would be great. And that's when we be starting to get the reveal of merchandise. We've already seen, I think a couple Lego sets, but I think that's pretty much it. Like some Titan Hero series figures and stuff like that. But we've, of course, also long been awaiting the wave of Marvel Legends figures for this film as well. Now, usually Hasbro waits to reveal these waves until after the trailer comes out, because usually like there's reveals of like characters' looks and stuff in the trailers, and then you get to see the action figures of those looks. So that's always pretty cool. But actually, last night the full Marvel Legends wave leaked online. So I'm assuming that means because those figures are out there, that one, they're going to be releasing soon, and two, possibly they're going to be revealed soon, maybe because the trailer comes out tomorrow, and then they're going to be officially revealed either tomorrow or like a couple days from now. I don't know. But either way, we're going to go ahead and talk about this full Thor: Love and Thunder Marvel Legends wave of action figures, because there's pretty cool stuff here. And I do want to give a spoiler warning if you don't want to see what they look like, what figures are in the wave, what the characters look like, you know, all that stuff. But anyways, without further ado, let's jump into this. So we have a 7-figure wave right here with Korg as the Build-A-Figure. So we have Jane Foster, Mighty Thor, Teenage Groot, Gorr the God Butcher, King Valkyrie, Star-Lord, Ravager Thor, and Thor in his, what I'm assuming is his final battle, like ending big superhero look. So that's pretty cool. But let's take a look at them individually. So first up, we have Ravager Thor, who is pretty interesting. We know that, of course, at the end of Endgame, Thor ended up going off with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and we know that the Guardians are going to be in the beginning of this movie. But I think it's really cool that actually this is maybe a Ravager jacket, and he's actually like adapted the ways of the Guardians and that whole lifestyle. I think that's pretty cool. Also, clearly, Thor's not fat anymore. I mean, look at the size of those muscles. That's great for him. It's a very 80s look, and that's what I love about it. The head sculpt for Chris Hemsworth looks great. He's got a cool t-shirt that looks like maybe the life tree, I think. So it is kind of a I mean, it's not a basic figure, but like compared to the rest, like it's the kind of civilian look for Thor, which isn't a bad thing, but it is probably the one I'm least interested in the wave. But he does, of course, come with Stormbreaker and also the right arm of Korg. And then we have Jane Foster as the Mighty Thor. Of course, Natalie Portman reprising her role as Jane Foster in this film to wield Mjolnir and become Mighty Thor. Now, it's already interesting that she's blonde, because in previous movies, Natalie Portman was a brunette as Jane Foster. But in the comics, Mighty Thor is blonde. So I'm not sure if, like, all of a sudden Jane is just blonde in this movie, or if it's only when she becomes Thor. I'm not exactly sure. That would be a pretty funny explanation. It's like, oh, if you're Thor, you have to be blonde. So there's that. But her actual armor and outfit is super comics accurate, so I'm loving that. Also, we have the return of Mjolnir, which looks actually quite large in the packaging there. I'm not sure if that's just like the perspective of this photo or something, but it looks a little weird. But overall, a really cool looking figure, especially considering that we get both the helmeted and unhelmeted head sculpt of Natalie Portman as Jane Foster, Mighty Thor. And then we have Thor again in his ending big superhero look, which we've seen in other pieces of promo art and concept art before. And it's kind of a controversial look, but it is based off a look in the comics from the 80s. So he's got the helmet, he's got the big gold armor, the red cape and everything. And I feel like the more I see this look, the more I like it and the more it grows on me. But I know for a fact that when I first saw this, I was like, that looks so stupid. And it looked like Hawkman from DC Comics. Now, The only thing I don't like about it is the helmet. I just don't like the fact that it covers the eyes, because it really does look like a hawk helmet. Um, I wish it didn't cover the eyes, but other than that, I mean, it's a great looking figure. This is the figure that does not come with the Build-A-Figure piece. I love that we're going back to the big, bright red cape. We're going back to the more godly Asgardian armor, so I love that. The big bright colors, it just fits with the vibe of this film. So I like that, just not a big fan of the helmet itself. But other than that, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Then we have King Valkyrie, who, of course, at the end of Avengers Endgame, Thor made her king. We know she's going to be looking for her queen in this film, so that's pretty cool. And she's got a really interesting look here. I do think I prefer her look from Avengers Endgame, because that is more comics accurate to the Valkyrie armor. But maybe this is just like her king outfit. That's what I'm assuming it is. But she does look pretty great. It looks like Tessa Thompson. I do not have a Valkyrie yet, not even that Endgame one. So I'm going to be getting this either way. But she does come with her sword, also Korg's head and Korg's weapon as well. Then we have Star-Lord from the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, like I said, we do know the Guardians are going to be appearing in this film, most likely at the beginning, just to like kick out Thor and bring him back to Asgard or something, or New Asgard. So it is interesting that we have this figure included here, which I'm not sure if I'm going to get or not, because I don't have any of the Guardian of the Galaxy in Marvel Legends form yet, so obviously I really want that. But I wish it came with the helmeted version of Star-Lord. I mean, I like that it has unmasked Chris Pratt, that's great, but I wish it had the helmet as well. So I am thinking I might just go ahead and wait for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 next year, where most likely we're going to be getting even better versions of Star-Lord and Groot and all these other characters as well. But the blasters look great. Honestly, the whole sculpt looks amazing. Just, I feel like I don't really need it, because I can just wait another year and get movie Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord. And then we have, speaking of Guardians, we have Teenage Groot, which is pretty much a re-release from Avengers Infinity War. And I got the basic version of Teenage Groot from Infinity War, which I think is basically the same figure, just with less articulation. So I don't necessarily need this, but he does come with some cool accessories, obviously, other than Korg's torso, but he also comes with an alternate hand, a gun, which looks like Rocket Raccoon's gun. We don't have Rocket included here, but still cool that we have that. And also some really cool looking vines that you can put on his hands as well. So that's something completely new that I really like that addition. And then finally, the big one is we have our villain of the film, Gorr the God Butcher, played by Christian Bale. Now, this is our first real look at the character, because so far all we've seen is like Lego Gorr, and that really didn't give us a good look at the character. So this is our first real good look at Gorr in this film, and I don't know, it's kind of disappointing, because Gorr is supposed to be this like crazy alien, and he kind of looks like superhuman, or he pretty much looks like Christian Bale, like with acne and dry skin, pretty much. So it is kind of basic and a little disappointing. He does come with the sword there, which in the comics, Gorr has the Necro Sword, which is this crazy symbiote venom sword relating to Null, the god of symbiotes and all that stuff. So clearly they're not doing that here, but still, I just wish there was more going on here, because this was our previous look at Gorr in a set photo with Christian Bale. And it makes sense that it's like, oh, it's Christian Bale, you don't want to like cover him up too much, and you want it to still be known that it's Christian Bale. But this is what he's supposed to look like in the comics. So it is kind of disappointing that he doesn't have like at least the black hood, or a more alien looking face, or at least like the cool antenna pigtail type thing, ear things, like the thing that like Ahsoka and like the other, like the whole species has in Star Wars, with like the cool long ears. I don't know what it's called, but still, it's kind of disappointing. But anyway, here's our Build-A-Figure Korg in his cool new Asgard Viking look. I'm loving this. I do have Korg from the Grandmaster 2-pack as well. But this is a really nice looking Korg as well, with the cool blue pants, the fur, the cool ram on his belt. I think it's a great looking figure. Also, look at the box art. This box art is honestly beautiful. Like, this is some sexy box art right here. I really do love this. I love these looks. Again, Thor in the golden armor is going to be the double pack figure per case. And so there we have it, guys. Our first look at the upcoming Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder wave, which hopefully will be officially revealed soon. Hopefully we will be getting our trailer soon. But for now, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this official leaked look at the Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder wave? So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything goes on in the Marvel life.